Hey, how's it going guys? JC here. So I get asked this quite a lot. How did you get high elo? Or I'm stuck in X tier and division. How do I get out? For those that are new to my channel, I've reached, maintained, and ended Challenger in Season 8 for more than 6 months straight. Seeing as Season 9 just started, I thought it'd be a good idea to write up a checklist that you can follow before jumping into your first placement games, or to get you the absolute best results going forward with your solo queue games. Before we continue, I want to quickly thank Pro Guides for sponsoring this video. If you're looking for a quick in-depth crash course on specific lanes, matchups, champions, or even League of Legends in general, Pro Guides is a great starting place for new and veteran players looking to improve their game. They even have a feature where you can live chat with Master and Challenger players to have your questions answered immediately. I can safely say that Pro Guides will definitely help you speed up the learning process if you're looking to climb the rank ladder in League of Legends. Link to Pro Guides in the description box below. To kick things off, I would like to address some of the major proposed changes that Riot is making this season as of recording. This includes autofill position rankings, Zeal item nerfs, the remaining crit item reverts, rune tweaks, a small Morello's nerf, and the potential removal of Conqueror Keystone in favor of bringing back Fervor. I'll quickly go over them, and don't worry, there is a point to all of this which you will soon see. In case you guys aren't familiar with these changes, first up, position rankings will put you in a lower elo game whenever you are autofilled scaled to the specific off-roll elo that you are assigned. Zeal items got nerfed while increasing the movement speed to 7%. The remaining crit items and Last Whisper were all reverted back to weaker versions of their Season 7 counterparts. All minor runes have their damage lowered, while tank and healing runes received a buff. To break it all down, with the removal of the Conqueror Keystone and rune changes, tanks should have a much easier time in lane. If Conqueror Keystone does get removed, after buying 1 to 2 tank items, they will be able to overpower most top lane opponents who traditionally do not build Last Whisperer, and therefore have no real answer to tanks once again. There is a chance that we'll see Black Cleaver resurface as well over Triforce this season. On the flip side, tanks will be punished a lot more in teamfights due to ADCs having easier access to armor pen with the Last Whisperer revert. In summary, ADCs and tanks will benefit the most from these rune and item changes, while AP mages and especially top lane bruisers got quite a huge nerf. So let's move on to the first step on our checklist that you can do right now. Step 1. Decide on 1 to 3 champions to play for the rest of the season on your main account, and never, under any circumstances, play any other champions in your ranked solo queue games. You want to be the master of 1 to 3 champions rather than an average Joe at everything. It is proven time and time again that this will get you the best results if you're looking to aim high. Playing a wide selection of champions will inevitably drag your overall win rate down, making you waste more time trying to gain back that LP. Now you might be asking, what if I get bored of playing these champions? Or what if I get autofilled? Well, to quickly answer these questions, have a smurf account ready or play normals if you want to play different champions. If you get autofilled on your main, ask if you could swap roles, otherwise just dodge. This brings me to point number 2. Learn to dodge. This will increase the number of quality games played. Personally, I'll only dodge if either my teammates or if I didn't get to pick the desired champion. But if you're not in high elo, then only worry about dodging if you didn't get your pick or role. It is a good idea only to dodge on the last second of champ select in case anyone from either team decides to dodge first. This saves valuable LP and wait time. Remember that dodging is only -3 or -10 LP, but it has no effect on your MMR, which is what really matters when it comes to climbing. This was actually an essential strategy when I was trying to climb into Challenger, and I could not have done this without dodging. Remember, it is never a good idea to play an autofilled loss with an MMR penalty over dodging that has no lasting penalty. Some of you might be asking, what about positional rankings? Doesn't that make autofill okay? The answer is simply no. Your chances of winning an autofill game will always be much lower than if you were to play on a champion you have mastered. Remember, your rank is still determined by your highest LP of all roles, which is namely your main role. Dodging will always be better than an increased chance of copying an autofilled loss. I'm also aware that positional rankings will potentially detect whether you have role swapped out of autofill during champ select. This means getting your main champion while playing in a lower elo autofill game. Riot has spoke of heavily penalizing players for both LP gains and losses regardless of outcome. Therefore, it all depends on the severity of this penalty, as it may not be worth role swapping but to simply just dodge instead. In the future, I'll have an update talking about positional rankings once more information is out. I'll be linking it in the top right corner of the video, and also I'll have it somewhere in the description box once the video gets released. From my personal experience, it's about the quality rather than the quantity of games played. When I first got Challenger, I'll play 1 or 2 games a day during my peak performance. After that, I'll go and play on my smurf however many games I like. As a side note, dodging does not affect your MMR whatsoever, and that was an essential life hack that I used to maintain and climb into the Challenger ladder. MMR is ultimately what determines your LP gains and losses. I would essentially keep dodging till I got a lobby that I was confident in winning. This is really key to winning more games. Do you guys remember the major updates that I mentioned at the start of the video? It is important to consider these changes when selecting a champion to main for the rest of the season. Based on the information we have, my prediction is that tanks and ADCs are going to be in a good spot. So with that in mind, decide on 1 to 3 champions for yourself. Step 3. Once you have decided, go into ranked or normals on a smurf account and play at least 50 or more games, focusing on one champion at a time. Remember to religiously watch VODs of high elo players that are showcasing your exact champion. Study, copy, and understand everything they do. Weave watching sessions in between your games. Start with a few normal games, then jump into ranked games on your smurf as soon as possible for the best practice. Keep repeating this over and over. Your goal is to improve and learn from your mistakes. Once you have mastered your champion, you should know how to deal with every single matchup, know all your champion mechanics, interactions, and what the best macro play is for every situation. Mastering a champion should take several months to a year because everyone learns at a different pace. Just remember to have fun while doing this. It's really just down to sheer hard work, time, and dedication. But the payoff is well worth it, I can promise you that. For those who don't have much time, mastering only one champion, aka becoming a one trick, will get you similar results. I've listed a bunch of streamers for each lane that you can use as a starting point and learning resource. For top lane, I'll recommend TF Blade, mid lane, Magifelix, support, stunt, jungle, rush, ADC, Gosu. All stream links will be in the description box below. These are just recommendations to get you started, so feel free to browse Twitch or YouTube for high elo streamers who can teach you more about your specific champion. If all fails and you cannot find a suitable streamer to watch, then I do have a Bronze to Diamond playlist that you can follow along to climb, where I show and tell everything I do. If that is not your cup of tea either, you can go into your game client, scroll through the challenger ladder, and go into specific player profiles to find replays of your desired champion. Simply download their replay VODs, study their builds, runes, playstyles, and every little detail while playing out those 50 or more games on the champion you are trying to master. Step 4. I now give you permission to play that one champion you have mastered into your main account's ranked solo queue games. But remember to keep repeating steps 1 to 3 because there is always something you can improve on. Truth is, you'll never truly master your champion, so it is important to keep an open mind and practice. Even if you manage to reach challenger, there is still so much to learn. Step 5. Have a smurf account ready for ranked. This step isn't placed in any particular order, and I have mentioned it earlier, but I have included it as its own step because I wanted to emphasize that it is really a must-have. It should be quite obvious now why a smurf is extremely important. You want to always play at your peak performance while climbing on your main. A smurf will give you an avenue to pump those low-quality games out of your system. Step 6. Breaking bad habits. If after following all the above steps religiously, you end up hard stuck in gold, silver, bronze, or dare I say iron, it means you have a bunch of bad habits that is actively keeping you from winning consistently. A good way to break free of these bad habits is for someone to point them out to you. So here are some common mistakes to get you started. Poor wave management, such as not knowing when to slow push, freeze, or hard shove. You may want to watch my 10 solo lane tips video for detailed information on wave management. Poor macro. An example of this would be grouping way too much and just playing ARAM on Summoner's Rift, which has the effect of creating 40 to 60 minute games. Typing too much. Toxicity, banter, or even constructive criticism. There are just way too many things in this game to keep track of, and you will not be able to play optimally while distracting yourself through typing. Use smart pings. Do not question mark ping spam a teammate after a bad play, it only makes things worse. Chasing kills rather than going for objectives. This one is very specific to low elo, especially bronze and iron. It's the main reason why games go for 40 to 60 minutes. When both teams play correctly, solo queue games should last anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes. Step 7. This is a little bit of a bonus. If you are low elo, here's a little secret, so listen up. Once you have mastered your champion, you'll have a grasp on how to end games in 20 to 30 minutes, regardless of which team decides to feed. This is especially true if you are in silver, bronze, and iron. There is a good reason why smurfs consistently have an easy time in low elo. Here's what you do. You build up a CS advantage and you'll automatically become stronger than everyone else. Take objectives and end the game, because realistically here, no one is going to stop you with their 5 CS per minute farm. The other 9 players will simply be playing ARAM on the map and having their 40 to 60 minutes of fun. You, on the other hand, can simply play the game correctly and end the game. If you would like live examples where I show you exactly what I'm talking about, then be sure to check my Depths of Bronze to Diamond series that I have linked. It shows me playing every game from the lowest of bronze all the way to diamond in Season 8, with very detailed explanations on every decision I make. Furthermore, throughout 2019, I will be making an Iron 4 to Diamond series, so keep your eyes peeled for that as well. If you're still watching, what are you doing? Drop that like and subscribe with the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. Also, there's an LPP Emerald Chroma Blood Moon Silver skin giveaway code. Comes with a champion skin and chroma for NA and OC only. If you want to win, just follow the on-screen instructions to enter. Codes expire on the 12th of February. Best of luck in solo queue, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.